All right, so let's talk about price because I think this is one of the most exciting parts about the Microsoft 365 package, and then because you have to have Microsoft 365. Josh, what are the some of the license considerations that someone needs to think about in order to end up on Teams? Because you can get Teams without the phone service, and you can chat back and forth. It's free chat service internal to your organization. Can you chat outside your organization without the phone service with the lowest level of Teams license?
Uh, you can chat Teams to Teams with any Teams license that you have. So
Okay.
the lowest license that you can get, you can have Teams. It also includes Microsoft Exchange Online. So you'll have an email platform. So it's Outlook Online. You'll have 500 gigabytes of storage in OneDrive, and you'll have for your organization up to a terabyte of storage in SharePoint. And that license is called Microsoft 365 Business Basic. And that starts out as low as $5 per user per month.
It's almost a steal. I mean, I'm not sure how Microsoft makes any money at $5. I guess because it's cloud-based technology, But I think really what it is, it's an introduction, right? So it's saying, hey, come check out our platform. I mean, that's less than McDonald's lunch these days. So hey, invest $5 and try the platform. Not only that, but they give you 30-day free trial, right?
Oh yeah,
And then
and then they also give you Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the online versions included with that at no charge as well, all for $5. Now, if you wanted to possibly get like the Office apps downloaded to your machine, because this is the new model that just about every software provider is going to, is that software as a service type of model. So if you bought a perpetual license for the Office suite, for instance, you're paying 200, 300 bucks. And if that computer, for whatever reason, goes down, that license is no good. You can't move that license to another computer. It's only for that computer once it's registered. So with the Office 365, if you went with something like maybe the business standard package, which is only $12.50 a month, you get all the things that I talked about in the business basic, but in addition to that, you get all the desktop apps like Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, and Access. And you get all of those things, and you can load that on up to 5 different computers. And if you lose a computer, you can go into your settings and remove it, and then you can install on another computer, whether that's your tablets, whatever it is. It's a very powerful tool. And you get Teams as well, and you get the desktop app in addition too. So, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense from a business standpoint.
Now, what we're doing is we're actually extending the free trial period, right? So if you mention this video when you give us a call, we'll actually extend that free trial period 1 or 2 additional months. So you'll get 60 or 90 days of Microsoft 365 basically at no cost. And during that time frame, we'll help you learn how to use some of the technology. It doesn't include implementation projects and things like that, but for a basic default install, you can really give it a good test run, and then when you're ready to move over and actually get it configured and set up the phone service and things like that, then we'll come in and help you, because you can actually make phone calls Teams to Teams at no charge, correct?
Correct.
Right. So you can do all your internal office communication between your branches and things like that, and then for testing, and then all right, now we need to start communicating with customers. Then let us know and we'll turn it on. The other thing that I want to mention in here, just a little plug, is that if you have a larger organization, let's say 100+ users, we will actually get you pricing below what Microsoft Direct offers. And I'm not going to give you a percentage. Give us a call. Tell us how many users you have. But if you went and bought from Microsoft Direct, even directly from them, you can still contact us, and we can move you over to our umbrella, and we can give you a discount just with the click of a mouse, really is what it comes down to. So, if you fall into that bucket, give us a shout and we'll talk to you about that. But the last thing before we sign off is really, what is the commitment to go from a license with Teams to a license with Teams that includes the phone service?
Okay, so, I mean, the decision can be as low as $15 per user to get a full-blown phone system.
And why do you say $15? It can be as low as,
So depending upon the existing licensing that you have, right? Because typically, if you're in a small business under 300 users and you're using a business package, the cost is about $25-ish per user. Now, if you're using all of the advanced security and you're in a enterprise license, so for instance, E3 or E5, E5, it's a $15 decision. Because it includes the Microsoft voice license already inside of that E5 license, right? Now it's about 25 for the E3 license. So it just doesn't, for the advanced security that you get where you can literally do mobile device management and all of the other really robust features inside of those enterprise license platforms, and you can tighten down security. You can literally send out spam or phishing test to your people in your organization when you have that enhanced security license and see what they are going to do. So it gives you kind of a good feel of whether or not you need to perform more training in your organization and whether or not there's a potential for a leak, right? So those licenses just make a ton of sense to use. We use the E5 license here because we want to make sure that we can configure and properly put into place all of the security and features that our customers are going to need, along with the fact that it just makes a ton of sense. I mean, you're talking about $50. The reality is you're talking about $50 a month per user to have all of this productivity suite, all of the Office 365, all of the security, all of the features, and a full-blown phone service for $50 a head. Like, it doesn't make sense not to.
Right. And in that statement, you're talking to people that are, customers that are already on Microsoft 365. So if that's you, give us a call. We'll talk to you about adding the phone service. If you don't have anything and you're not sure, or you want to get started and test something, give us a call. We'll talk to you about what your business use case is and the things that you need to get accomplished. And then we'll talk to you about the different licenses that, that could potentially resolve those problems. And you can move up and down in the licensing, right? I mean, it's flexible. So if you start at the bottom, the lowest one, and you like it, and you want to add some functionality as your business grows, you can step up a license until you end up in an E5 with the phone service, and that's kind of the top of the line, type platform. But when you look at, workflow and things of that nature, and we'll make this the last point, historically, in a way, a lot of companies actually do work today. They work in a linear fashion. And what I mean by that is, you're basically doing one thing at a time, maybe two things at a time, and you're having to step through 3 to 5 things associated with that task. So I called Josh. Josh is on the phone. I didn't know he was on the phone because I can't see his status, so I have to leave him a voicemail. So Josh eventually gets off, maybe in an hour, checks his voicemail. Hey, Aaron called. Let me call him back. I'm at lunch. He didn't know because he can't see my status, so he leaves me a voicemail, and then maybe sends me an email. Then I got to respond to that. As opposed to using Teams, I can actually do 5 of those same communication paths simultaneously. So I'm doing things in parallel versus doing them in a singular linear fashion. And I can see Josh is on the phone, so I'm just going to message him through Teams, and he can respond to me maybe when he's on the phone, or maybe after he gets off. But now we have a record, and everybody can see. He wants to schedule something with me. He clicks my link called Bookings. He can see my calendar, the openings on my calendar. He can actually just put himself on my calendar. It synchronizes with Outlook. I'm away from my desk from, I'm going to lunch and he tries to call me, it rings my phone. I don't have to come back to my desk to get that message or to take that call. I'm in constant communication with as many people as I can possibly handle at one time. And my efficiency is honestly somewhere between 8 and 10 times what it used to be. If I had to go to Zoom, Gmail, a different phone service, a different chat function, and try to work all those things together, it just really is no comparison to the efficiencies that I get every day working on my computer. And I have 3 screens, and I can keep all of them busy at the same time, because I can move and communicate. In the Marine Corps, they have a saying: the people that shoot, move, and communicate faster are the ones that win the battle. And that's true in business too. And Teams is really kind of that variable that allows you to shoot, move, and communicate faster than everybody else out there, so you can win those opportunities. So with that, we're going to wrap up. I'd like to say thank you for your time. This has been a fairly long webinar, so we appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more information on this. We're going to break Teams down and bring some more videos to you on very specific areas of Teams. And hopefully, you'll pick up the phone and give us a call so we can talk to you about Teams and how we can help your business grow and be more productive and more profitable, really, at the end of the day. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.